Hello, everybody, and welcome into the broadcast. My name is Samuel Reese, and I'm coming to you live tonight across YouTube, Periscope, and Twitch as the Dominican Republic take on the United States in Match Day 2 in Group A of the CONCACAF Olympic Qualifiers. The referee tonight is Daniel Parchman of Jamaica. It's a Jamaican crew tonight. As we now take a look at the starting lineups, first for the Dominican Republic, they're led by head coach Jonathan Himmelfarb. In goal is Guzman. The back line, Reyes, Lopez, Jimenez, and De La Cruz. In the midfield, it's the other De La Cruz, along with Laverne and Mata. And then it's Baez, Lorenzo, and the Inter Miami player, Ascona, up top. It's a 4-3-3 formation for the Dominicans tonight. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I'll get to the U.S. lineup in a moment as we get set to kick things off. The U.S., of course, led by Jason Kreis. 6 changes made to the U.S. lineup. In goal, it is Marcinkowski, one of the 6 changes. The back line consisting of Sam Vines, Justin Glad, Henry Kessler, and Julian Araujo. Then it's Cardoso, Perea, and Ewell in the midfield. Sebastian Saucedo, Jesus Ferreira, and Jonathan Lewis up top for the U.S. What's going on, Drew? Welcome into the broadcast. How does this game matter? Why does this game matter, I assume is what you're asking. This is the CONCACAF Olympic Qualifiers. So the U.S. are looking to qualify for the Olympics this summer for men's soccer. It's another very hot afternoon in Mexico, just outside of Guadalajara. 84 degrees, 6% humidity. There is a slight breeze at 9 miles an hour, but the big difference between the game on Thursday against Costa Rica and this game is that for this game, essentially the whole field is covered by shade, which is a good sign, that's for certain. All right, we're ready to kick things off, and here we go. We're underway at Estadio Akron in Zapopan, Mexico. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. It's the Dominican Republic and the United States. The U.S. in white this afternoon, and the Dominican Republic in their Navy kits. The U.S. won their opening match against Costa Rica 1-0. The Dominican Republic fell 4-1 against Mexico. So it's essentially a must-win for the Dominican Republic. And if the U.S. can win, then they'll essentially punch a ticket into the semifinals. There's a nudge from behind, a free kick awarded to the U.S. Foul going against Jose De La Cruz. As Sebastian Saucedo was taken down. Yeah, already the U.S. putting some pressure on the Dominican Republic as Jesus Ferreira was closing down on Guzman. Guzman, the goalkeeper of the Dominican Republic. And if the U.S. can get off to a good start early on, then they should be in prime position in this match. But it might require some patience as well. Standing over the free kick is Sebastian Saucedo. Saucedo with a driven ball, but nobody making the run for the U.S. And that goes right to the feet of goalkeeper John Guzman. Remember, top 2 in each group go through to the semifinals, and then the semifinals in this tournament are more important than the final, believe it or not, because there are 2 spots available for CONCACAF for men's soccer in the Olympics this summer. So the winners of each semifinal will go to the Olympics, I should say, qualify for the Olympics. Marcinkowski ahead for Julian Araujo. Now it's Henry Kessler. Back to Justin Glad. Henry Kessler plays for my favorite club in MLS, the New England Revolution. He was a rookie last year out of the University of Virginia. Great through ball here. The flag stays down. Onside is Jonathan Lewis, who cuts it back, but it's blocked in the end by Brian Lopez. The Dominican Republic can't clear, though. Johnny Cardoso steps up. It's won back by the Dominican Republic. And in the end, a foul's committed by Edison Ascona. It's a positive start for the United States. There's no doubt about that. Be interesting to see 6 changes made by Jason Kreis for this one. So here comes the U.S. free kick. Sent into a dangerous area. Cardoso is close to it. And look at this. A punt all the way downfield and into the box is Ascona for the Dominican Republic. Ascona waiting for support. He signed with Inter Miami a homegrown contract back in January. We'll try to impress David Beckham at Inter Miami in MLS. Ascona, definitely the star name in this Dominican Republic lineup. That pass is given away by Johnny Cardoso. And now down the sideline, it's Ascona driving forward. And it will be a foul against Julian Araujo. Yep, Araujo just stepping in front of Ascona, and it's a free kick in a pretty good area for the Dominican Republic here. We'll see what they can make of the opportunity. It's Gerard Laverne standing over it. And here comes the delivery. It's a good ball in, but the header could not be put on target by Lopez. That's a goal kick for the United States. U.S. will work it out of the back. Oh, sorry, I missed your last comment, Drew. Why not any good players then? There are plenty of good players, but remember the Olympics is under 23. It's U23, so that's why it's a lot of young players that perhaps you haven't heard of, but yeah, it's still a lot of talent on this team, even though it's all under 23 players. As this long ball is headed away as Marcinkowski came out of the box. U.S. win it back. Here is Johnny. He's fouled. Free kick for the U.S. 6 minutes played, no score in Mexico. Kessler plays it into the midfield. Now on the ball is Jesus Ferreira, who scored the lone goal against Costa Rica. Why is my commentary more entertaining than watching the game? Well, I appreciate that. Watch and pray. I appreciate that. Thanks for tuning in. You're watching from New York. Very good. Very good. Yep. I live in Massachusetts, so not too far away from where you are. But I appreciate that. Well, the game just started, so you got to give it some time. But I still appreciate you enjoying my commentary more than the game, supposedly. But hopefully the U.S. can get a goal in these first 15 minutes. Heavy challenge. This is played into the middle by Saucedo. Now it's Andres Perea. Perea to the far side with Araujo. A nice slide tackle. And it's won by Reyes, the left back for the Dominican Republic. Space opening up here for the Dominicans. Driving forward is Ascona. Recovering is Araujo. Ascona, edge of the box. Looking for options. Now he holds up play. Ascona will lay it back. Here's the cross. Blocked. Johnny with the block for the U.S. And now flying the other way is Jonathan Lewis. He got fouled. Back to his feet. Great through ball. Ferreira sends Lewis in. Lewis looking for options. The cross, though, is straight to the keeper. Ferreira was lurking, but the cross was not quite what Lewis was looking for, but that's better from the United States. And once again, the U.S. back in possession. The U.S. have had plenty of the possession to start. A lot of defending for the Dominican Republic, just as was the case against Mexico for the Dominicans on Thursday night. This is played back to Johnny Cardoso. And that pinball is off the head of Jonathan Lewis. Lands into the pathway now of Saucedo, who just lost control. And now the Dominican Republic will look to work it out of the back. Nice header one in the air by Sam Vines, but it will be a foul against him. Taken down for the Dominican Republic was Castillo, and he will require medical attention here. Oh, yeah, my goodness. Vines a bit too aggressive. He just clattered into Baez, excuse me. And yeah, this seems perhaps like a pretty serious injury. He is moving, which is good to see. Just under 10 minutes in, no score between the Dominican Republic and the United States. As Baez does get back to his feet, appears to be all right. He plays domestically, Baez, for Atletico Pantoja. A lot of these Dominican players do play domestically, but a few do play, elsewhere in, Central American countries, some in MLS like Ascona, or even I think there's a few in the USL, which is, of course, the second division of U.S. soccer. It'll be a drop ball, and De La Cruz sends it back to Guzman, the keeper, as we're back underway with 10 minutes played in the first half. 0-0 in Zapopan, Mexico. Ascona with the lead pass. Dominican Republic with a rare visit to the attacking third, and Ascona's taken down. It will be a free kick for the Dominican Republic. Ascona scored the lone goal in the Dominicans' opener against Mexico. It was a penalty kick. Yeah, just a late leg out from Johnny, clipping Ascona. This is a free kick in a very dangerous position. The U.S. will put two on the wall, it appears. It's both Jonathan Lewis and Sebastian Saucedo. Actually, now Lewis will leave the wall. It's just Saucedo. It's floated into the back post, headed away by Johnny. And now Reyes playing it across to the far side, headed forward to Ascona. And the 50-50 battle won by Jackson Ewell. His clearance blocked, but it will travel over the end line for a U.S. goal kick. It's quickly taken by JT Marcinowski. I really was surprised that Marcinowski got the nod to start. I mean, to be fair, I did think Marcinowski would start in the game against Costa Rica to open up these qualifiers, but after the performance David Ochoa had in goal against Costa Rica, a man-of-the-match worthy performance, I really thought that Jason Kreis would stick with Ochoa for this one, but perhaps we'll see Ochoa back on Wednesday in that huge game against Mexico to wrap up the group stage. Or if Marcinowski impresses tonight, then perhaps he'll be back between the pipes Wednesday night in that rivalry game. Of course, for the Dominican Republic, this is a country where soccer is slowly growing. Of course, baseball is the dominant sport, the most popular sport. So many great MLB players came from the Dominican Republic, most notably David Ortiz. But soccer is growing in the country, and it's a huge opportunity for them to be represented in the CONCACAF Olympic Qualifiers. As that ball was played into Cabrera, he was in an offside position. The flag raised on the near side. Free kick for the U.S. Good question, Mario. Two teams move on to the semifinals. So it's the top two in each group. So it's two groups of four. You've got in Group A, the Dominican Republic, the United States, Mexico, and Costa Rica. Then in Group B, you have Canada, El Salvador, Haiti, and Honduras. So there's 8 teams in these qualifiers, two groups of 4, and then the top 2 teams in each group will move on to the semifinals. And then there's 2 teams that will advance to Tokyo this summer. So it'll be the winners of each semifinal that qualify for the Olympics this summer. So that is how the tournament is organized and structured. Johnny out wide. Here's a chance. The left-footed strike, though, is off target from Jonathan Lewis. Lewis started on Thursday night. And Guzman will be in no hurry to take the goal kick. You feel like it's going to be that kind of night for the Dominican Republic. They certainly, considering the situation they're in, you certainly have to think that they wouldn't mind, getting a point out of this game to at least give them some hope heading into that final game against Costa Rica. Speaking of Costa Rica, they have a big clash tonight, 9:30 Eastern time, when they take on Mexico. Yeah, no problem, Mario. No problem whatsoever. Yeah, I'm a big U.S. national team fan for both men's and women's. And despite this being the U23s, obviously, since it's Olympic qualifying, I still know a lot of the players because the U.S. is obviously full of young talent at the moment, and I follow MLS pretty closely. And a lot of these players do play in MLS. So, and the U.S. haven't qualified for the Olympics the last 2 times around. So that's another reason why I'm locked into this tournament, hoping the U.S. can finally get back into the Olympics. They haven't been there since 2008 for men's soccer. How old am I? I am 16 years old. I'll be 17 in the summer. Yeah, so I'm currently a junior in high school. That's given away by Kessler. Nice tackle by Johnny, but he cannot come away with the steal. Ascona into the middle. There's been some passes that have just been misplaced by the U.S. Perhaps they need some time to get going, but it was kind of the opposite against Costa Rica, where they were fantastic in the first 15, 20 minutes, got that goal, and then pretty much sat back and defended the rest of the match. You would think that Jason Kreis wants to find that balance. And falling through was Araujo. A free kick is awarded. Taken out was Darlene Reyes. Reyes playing as a left wing back in this game. It's a 4-3-3 formation for the Dominican Republic. But the left and right backs pretty much playing as wing backs, as we've seen so far. They're not afraid to go forward. No, go USA, go USA. I appreciate you tuning in, though, Shingo Yabuki. I appreciate you tuning in. I know you're from Mexico, so you'll be rooting for the Dominican Republic in this one. Just like I'll be hoping Costa Rica beats Mexico tonight. But yeah, I can't wait till we meet on Wednesday. That should be a heck of a game between the U.S. and Mexico. Nice ball played ahead, square ball towards Jonathan Lewis, but it wouldn't go through. A timely intervention. It was actually Ferreira who was making the run to the back post. What an opportunity for the United States. Still no goals yet, though. 18 minutes played, 0-0, just outside of Guadalajara. It was a 5 p.m. local time kickoff in match day 2 of these CONCACAF Olympic Qualifiers. Group A in action tonight. It'll be Mexico, Costa Rica later on. That should be a good one. On the far side, it's a nice move by Araujo. Now into Jesus Ferreira. Ferreira will play it back to Henry Kessler. Saucedo bounces off a defender. Ball over the top. Headed back to the keeper by Lopez. But yeah, going back to that chance moments ago, that was unbelievable last-ditch defending by Brian Lopez because Ferreira was right there for the U.S., and it nearly went through the legs of Brian Lopez. And if it had, that probably would have been a goal for Ferreira. Would have been eerily similar, but not quite identical to the one he had on Thursday against Costa Rica. There's a steal by Andres Perea, who plays for Orlando City in MLS. He came off the bench in Thursday's game against Costa Rica, getting the start tonight. About half of the lineup changed, 6 changes from Jason Christ to be exact. Laid back by Johnny. Now Araujo. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Exactly 20 minutes played, 0-0 thus far. The return for Saucedo was played behind him, but the Dominican Republic give it right back. Here's Saucedo now. The touch got away. That was too far ahead for Baez. And now the U.S. will work it out from the back. Here's Justin Glad of Real Salt Lake. Now Jackson Ewell of the Earthquakes, the captain for the U.S. And we have an off-the-ball injury. It looks like a yellow card is going to be awarded to Jesus Ferreira. This is very interesting. I'm not entirely sure what happened. Let's see. Oh, it was after. So De La Cruz came in with a challenge, and it was the reaction from Ferreira. He stomped on the foot of De La Cruz. So that's why the yellow card was handed out to Ferreira. First booking of the match. We play on. My prediction for this game, well, coming in, I predicted a U.S. 3-0 victory. You know, they're definitely a better side than the Dominican Republic. I think they should win 3-0. Here's a quick restart. Great ball in, and a last-ditch effort again as Lopez clears. And it looks like he went right into the keeper, John Guzman, and he's in a bit of pain right now, a lot of pain, quite frankly, clutching that right shoulder. That's the second time so far in this game that we've seen Lopez have a timely intervention. There's been some good services from this left flank, and the U.S., you feel, are so close to getting that first goal, but right now the focus is on the health of Brian Lopez. Yeah, his right arm just went into the leg of Lopez, and he immediately was wincing in pain. And so the medical staff currently out to attend to Brian Lopez, the center back. We are a quarter through the game, 0-0 so far. Once again, a win for the U.S., and they are essentially through to the semifinals. That would officially be the case if they won, and then later tonight, Mexico were to beat Costa Rica. And actually, even if Costa Rica drew against Mexico and the U.S. won this game, that would be enough as well. So Lopez up to his feet. He's going to be taken off to the side as he continues to be looked at. So for now, it'll be the Dominican Republic down a man, at least momentarily. Meanwhile, the U.S. setting up for this corner kick. Here's the in-swinger to the back post. Too far in the end for Johnny, but getting to it is Araujo. And Araujo's cross does take a deflection into the side netting. Now it'll be a corner kick on the far side. The U.S. certainly building momentum as this first half progresses. Second corner of the match. Their first one came about half a minute ago. It's Sebastian Saucedo once again to take it. It's a low ball played to Ewell. The strike is saved. John Guzman had that near post covered. Tries to quickly throw it downfield, but it's cut out by Kessler. Oh, great ball floated in. Oh, onside was Saucedo, but he was too focused on goal, and he could not control the ball on his first touch. Yes, I appreciate that, watch and pray. Yes, that is very true. There's a big difference between soccer and golf commentary, that's for sure. Yep, I am a soccer commentator. No offense to golf, but I'd get bored commentating golf if I'm being 100% honest. And I'd be too excited to be a golf commentator. I wouldn't be able to help it. Araujo challenging that ball in the air. And now it's played by Araujo to Henry Kessler. Now Marcinowski to Justin Glad. Glad actually has the most experience in MLS when it comes to games played out of this whole group of players. I believe Sebastian Soto, who's on Norwich City, is the only one on this roster that's not playing in MLS, or at least playing in Europe. Great ball to the back post, just over the head of Jonathan Lewis. Now chasing it down to Sam Vines. Great ball played ahead. Delivery to the back post. What a save. John Guzman makes the stop again. And the U.S. still searching for that first goal. It was a fine stop by the Dominican goalkeeper once again. Let's take a look back at the replay. Yeah, the cross actually from Sam Vines took a deflection, but it worked out in the end as at the back post, the opportunity was there for Johnny. And now the U.S. once again in the attacking third. That's a clean steal as it's taken away from Jonathan Lewis. That pass too far ahead for Cabrera. However, he was taken down illegally. And a free kick awarded to the Dominican Republic. Do I practice pronouncing non-American names? I don't really practice it, to be honest. I just watch a lot of soccer. I listen to, a lot of commentators do soccer games, and it just kind of comes naturally. My dad's from Portugal, so I kind of have that advantage of like pronouncing foreign names. Like it kind of comes naturally to me. I know a little bit of Spanish too. So yeah, just a combination of all of that, and the names, for the most part, the foreign names come pretty easily to me when it comes to pronouncing them, if I'm being honest. So yeah, I mean, I guess it takes a little bit of practice. Over time, I get better with it. But yeah, just watching soccer a lot, hearing the names pronounced by the commentators on TV, and knowing a bit of Spanish and being Portuguese, it all helps out. This will be a goal kick for the Dominican Republic as we're closing in on the half-hour mark from Mexico. There is a limited amount of fans allowed in attendance for this one, and for all the matches here in the CONCACAF Olympic Qualifiers. Thanks, everyone, for being a part of the broadcast. I've enjoyed calling this tournament thus far, and it'll only get better here on out. The U.S. will have Mexico in their final group game on Wednesday. That will be must-see. And then it'll be the crucial semifinals a week from today, actually, on next Sunday night. On the ball for the U.S. is Johnny Cardoso. Now it's Justin Glad. Quarter hour remains in the opening half. Still no goals in this one. Here's Henry Kessler. Kessler will find Glad. Now played into the middle. The one section of the pitch that's currently covered by sun. Most of the pitch is covered by shade as we speak. Out wide for Julian Araujo. Touched back by Lewis, and that deflected off the shin of Araujo, and will sail over the end line for a Dominican goal kick. Well, while we're at it, a reminder that MLS opening weekend is right around the corner. Friday, April 16th, Seattle takes on Minnesota to open up the season, 9:30 Eastern Time. Then on Saturday, April 17th at 5:30, it's LAFC against the new club Austin FC, which should be exciting. And then on Sunday, April 18th at 5:30, it's the Columbus Crew, the defending champs, taking on the Supporter Shield winners last year, the Philadelphia Union. So a great slate of matchups on opening weekend in MLS. Can't wait for the season to get underway. I'm a huge Revolution fan, as some of you probably already know. I live about 10 minutes from Gillette Stadium, where the Revolution play. And they're actually allowing fans this season at a limited capacity, so hopefully I can get to a few games. That would be great. But yeah, looking forward to this upcoming MLS season, which starts in 4 weeks, just around the corner. Yeah, that's true. The game has been a little more complicated than perhaps the U.S. were expecting it to be. Yeah, it hasn't been a cakewalk whatsoever. Your parents are from El Salvador. Okay. Very good. Yeah, yep. El Salvador did knock out the U.S. from the Olympic qualifiers. Yeah. Yep, let's go USA now. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep, El Salvador are also in this edition of the Olympic qualifiers. They're in the other group, Group B. I think it'll come down to El Salvador and between El Salvador, Honduras, and Canada, I don't think much separates those teams, to be honest. So it'll be interesting to see which two teams out of those three advance out of Group B. Overall, it's a very competitive 8-team field for the most part. Perhaps the Dominican Republic and Haiti are, a bit separated from the rest of the pack. But hey, so far the Dominican Republic putting up a pretty good fight. So who knows? And that's a poor pass, too far ahead for Araujo. The frustration starting to kick in, you have to imagine, for the U.S. They're just not connecting on what you'd expect to be simple passes. This U.S. team, remember, are pretty much still in preseason mode. Pretty much all of the players on the roster play in MLS. It's no excuse, but it's just the facts. Almost all these players play in MLS, where it's the off season currently. So there's going to be some rust there, as we saw against Costa Rica on Thursday, and as we're seeing so far in the first 34 minutes of this one. Here come the U.S. on the attack. Through ball, played for Perea, but he will not get there. And it's cleared by Guzman. And there was a collision actually at the edge of the box. Dominican player is down, and that is Alex Jimenez. That's why play was halted. What's my favorite U.S. player? I would say it's Pulisic, actually. Yeah. I mean, I have a lot of players that I really like, but if I had to pick a favorite, it's probably Christian Pulisic. Mainly because I was a Chelsea fan. They've been my favorite team in the Premier League since I was really young. And so I was really happy when Pulisic came to Chelsea. I like Pulisic at Dortmund. When he came to Chelsea, that only made me happier. So, yeah, I'd probably say Pulisic. I like a lot of players on the U.S., though. Pulisic, McKennie, Josh Sargent, even Serginho Dest. I'm excited as a U.S. national team fan. The future is bright. I'm looking forward to the friendlies next week. I'll be on the call for both of them. Thursday against Jamaica, although I probably can only do the second half because it's at like 1:30 Eastern, and I have school. But hopefully when I get back from school, I can call the end of that match against Jamaica. And then next Sunday, they take on Northern Ireland. So I'm looking forward to do those friendlies. And then after that, they just scheduled a friendly versus Switzerland just days before they have that CONCACAF Nations League semifinal against Honduras. And then from then on, it'll be competitive competitions for the U.S. Senior national team. Be the CONCACAF Nations League semifinals and hopefully final. And then it'll be the Gold Cup as well as the Olympics, hopefully, if the U.S. do qualify. And then in the fall, it'll be time for the World Cup qualifiers. So a big year ahead, no doubt about it. This is played back to JT Marcinowski, goalkeeper for the U.S., who plays for the San Jose Earthquakes. As we look at the possession, it's no surprise. It's 66-34% in favor of the United States, but the U.S. haven't been able to do all that much with that possession. Here's Lewis now for Araujo. Now it's Justin Glad. No goals yet. Thanks, everybody, for being a part of this broadcast. Greatly appreciated, as always, guys. Glad. Kessler ahead for Ewell. Can the U.S. spark something here? Here is Sebastian Saucedo. That's a good ball there. The shot is fired in on goal, but it was blocked. And Guzman tracks it down. And it's another opportunity gone to waste for the U.S. Oh, yeah, that right there. Yes, that is a certificate. Yep, Yeah, that was from an internship I had. I used to do broadcasts on this website called Sportscaster, and that was from like last year. I got play-by-play. I also went to this play-by-play sports broadcasting camp in Boston, so I got like play-by-play sportscaster of the month or something like that. So yeah, I decided I'd decorate what's behind me a little more. It would. I think my background is decent. It's obviously soccer heavy, but yeah, those soccer balls. My dad used to coach college soccer, so each soccer ball is for his 100th win, signed by his players. And the last ball hasn't even been framed yet. That was from his 400th win, is most recently. And as you can see, I have the scarves of. He collected a bunch of scarves, all different teams, from all different teams. So yeah, it just tried to make my background as cool as possible, but it is pretty much all soccer, even though I commentate a ton of sports. But I don't mind it. I mean, I love soccer, so and I think it's a pretty decent background, especially since I don't have a wall right behind me. This is in my basement, so free kick awarded to the U.S. It's quickly taken by Jackson Ewell. And that's a pass given away by Andres Perea in the midfield. A nice burst of speed. Heading forward is Mata. Sent into the path of Ascona, who went down, but no foul called. The referee deeming it was a tackle not worthy of a foul. And so now it's Jackson Ewell with it for the United States. Ewell to Sam Vines. Now it's Justin Glad. Down the left wing, Sam Vines of the Colorado Rapids. Time running out in the first half. 5 minutes plus stoppage time remains. No score from Mexico. Oh, a nice nutmeg here. And can the Dominican Republic create a chance? Here comes Reyes. Reyes still driving forward. Reyes with a left-footed strike, but it took a deflection and was never going to threaten JT Marcinowski. A comfortable save in the end. Reyes not able to generate much power on the strike. Switching fields is Jackson Ewell. Here now is Jonathan Lewis. Lewis out wide on the left wing at Saucedo. Inside it goes to Lewis. Lewis lays it back. Now it's Ewell. Once again wide for Saucedo. Saucedo, edge of the box. Had it taken away. This game has been wide open. Here come the Dominican Republic again. They need more support, though, as it's played across field. And Ascona will get to it. Lorenzo with the ball out wide. And now the Dominican Republic will work it through the midfield. Here's a through ball. JT Marcinowski comes out and makes sure he gets to it first. Nicely done by the U.S. goalkeeper. Yes, I do have social media. I do have both Twitter and Instagram. I'll put my it's Samuel Reese Sports, but I'll put that I'll put it in the chat so you can remember it and know how to spell it exactly. So there is should have went through on the chat. Hopefully it did. That's my social media for both Twitter and Instagram. And yeah, that'd be greatly appreciated if you follow. I'll definitely follow back. Here's a curling ball delivered in by Sam Vines, headed clear of danger, out for a U.S. throw. 3 minutes now remain in the first half. Remember, there's 5 available substitutions in each game of this tournament. Something to keep in mind. Here's Araujo. Oh, what's going on, Quinn? Welcome into the broadcast. I appreciate you stopping by, Quinn. Once again, Quinn, I appreciate you letting me use your StreamYard. It's definitely extremely helpful, so I appreciate that, Quinn. But yeah, you've been watching this because some of the Revs writers on Boston Sports Wave have been getting you into soccer. It's great to hear. Great to hear. Yeah. Yep, this is definitely a big deal because the U.S. have failed. The U.S. men's soccer have failed to qualify for the Olympics the last two times, I should say. So so yeah, hopefully they can advance this time. It's not been that pretty of a first half, though. I will say that this has not been quite what I was expecting. Thank you, Miguel Flores, for joining the broadcast. Is Edison playing for Dominican right now? I believe he is on the bench. Oh no, he did start. Yes. Edison did start. Excuse me. Yep, that's who Mario's talking about. Yep, he is the 17-year-old for the Dominican Republic. Yep, he signed a homegrown contract for Inter Miami. Yep, he is playing for them. He's definitely their bright star. Still so young, but what a bright future ahead for him. Yep. He is playing Edison Ascona. And you are correct, Mario. Yep, he signed for Inter Miami, I think a couple months ago. I think back in January. So he'll be someone to keep an eye on for sure. He's got a bright future ahead of him. I'm hearing there'll be 2 minutes of added time here in this first half as the U.S. prepare for the corner kick. It's an in-swinging delivery. The glancing header goes wide. Making the run to the near post was Andres Perea. Could not put it on frame. And it's a goal kick for the Dominicans. Still no score. An interesting development. I mean, still so much game left. However, you got to give credit to the Dominican Republic for keeping it scoreless. All right, there'll be 3 minutes added on, not 2. So there we go. 3 more minutes in the half. Can the U.S. get a goal late on in this first half? It still remains scoreless. It's a quick restart. In space is Sam Vines. Vines down the sideline. He finds Saucedo. Here's Sebastian Saucedo into the box. Saucedo still going to the end line. Clips it to the back post, but too far up for Lewis to get to. And now on the far side, a foul will be called. A heavy challenge from Edison Ascona. Taken out was Johnny Cardoso for the United States. And the U.S. will get a set piece in a very dangerous area here. Well, the U.S. certainly can pose a threat here with time running out in the first half. There's been 3 saves from Guzman tonight for the Dominican Republic. We'll need to make another one here. It's played to the edge of the box. The strike just wide on the volley. Sam Vines marginally off target. What a chance again for the U.S., but they still remain empty-handed. He did really well there, Vines, with the left-footed strike just wide of the post. And now a minute remains in the opening half of play. He was arguing that they should have had a corner, but the referee wasn't having it. Now here come the U.S. through ball. In is Saucedo. Saucedo to the end line. The cross blocked off as Guzman batted it down with his gloves, and now it's cleared away. Guzman's been big time in goal for the Dominican Republic this first half. I'll tell you what, Sebastian Saucedo, with his pace down the left flank, he's been a menace. And the Dominican Republic have had a tough time dealing with his pace. Edge of the box, not enough pace on that pass to Ferreira. And it's sent out a play for U.S. throw-in. Is there one last chance before halftime? The answer is no, as the Jamaican referee calls for halftime. So 45 minutes gone, 45 to go in Zapopan, Mexico. And it's the Dominican Republic 0, the United States 0. No goals in the opening half of play. The Dominican Republic will certainly be the happier of the two sides. I'll be back after a quick break for the halftime report to recap all of the first half action. Don't go anywhere. These are the CONCACAF Olympic Qualifiers. I'm back in a moment. Hello, everybody. Welcome into the halftime report here on YouTube, Periscope, and Twitch. Yep, Shingo, I know you're happy as a Mexico supporter that the U.S. are still scoreless with the Dominican Republic. Certainly a frustrating opening 45 minutes, a scoreless affair so far through the opening half of play. Thanks to everyone who's stopped by tonight. Much appreciated as always. Hope all of you have had a wonderful weekend. Hopefully the U.S. can turned things around in the second half. Let's go over the first half highlights. Even though there were no goals, there were some opportunities for the U.S. First good one coming 22 minutes in. Great cross from Vines, and then Lopez sliding in for the Dominican Republic to clear it. A few minutes later, in the 25th minute, off a corner kick, it was Jackson Ewell's effort. Denied at the near post. Guzman read it nicely. In the end, a comfortable save for the Dominican keeper. And a couple minutes after that, at the 27-minute mark, this was probably the best opportunity. Header at the back post for Johnny, and Guzman with another big save for the Dominican Republic at his near post. And then in first half stoppage time, it would be that off that corner kick, the volley from Vines that he just sent wide. He hit it quite nicely, but could not quite put it on target. And so 0-0 to score. Obviously, the U.S. have created pretty much all of the chances in this game. The total shots, 6-2. The U.S. have had 3 corners. The Dominican Republic, none. Dominicans with 8 fouls. The U.S. with 5. And the possession heavily in favor of the U.S., 67 to 33%. So the U.S. dominating in every aspect except the statistic that matters most, and that is the score line, where it remains 0-0 through 45 minutes. So the U.S. got to change up something, and despite them having a lot of possession, despite them creating more chances, it's still been quite underwhelming. They've been a bit sloppy, not able to connect rather routine passes. You just followed me? All right, I appreciate you for doing that. Watch and pray. I will follow you back when I have the opportunity to do so. Thanks for giving me a follow, and anyone else, feel free to do so as well. As I put my username in the YouTube chat, and I'll definitely follow you back. But coming up after the break, I'll talk about who I am watching with the U.S. senior team with their upcoming international friendlies coming up this week. That's on the other side of the break. Don't go anywhere. The halftime report continues after this. Welcome back in, everybody. A reminder that the U.S. have a couple of international friendlies coming up. Next Sunday, they'll take on Northern Ireland at noon Eastern time. I'll be on the call for that match. And here are some players to watch for those upcoming friendlies for the U.S. That includes in the midfield, Yunus Musa, who just committed to the U.S. On defense, Chris Richards, who's, of course, with Bayern Munich. And then up top, Gio Reyna, who has shown with Borussia Dortmund in the Bundesliga. So much bright talent for this U.S. team. Those are just a couple players that I am looking forward to watching, mainly because all of those three players listed haven't really had a whole lot of experience with the national team yet. In fact, Musa hasn't had any since he just committed to the U.S., the Valencia midfielder. So I'm looking forward to seeing those three in particular, but really the whole team for those two friendlies. All right, after the break, it's back to Guadalajara for the second half. Can the U.S. break the deadlock? 0-0 after 45 minutes. The second 45 minutes are on the way next. Stay tuned. Welcome back in, everybody. We are set to begin the second half in Mexico, where the CONCACAF Olympic Qualifiers are taking place. The two semifinal winners in these qualifiers will go to Tokyo this summer for the men's soccer tournament in the Summer Olympics. And the U.S. looking to get there for the first time since 2008. They've failed to qualify for the Olympics the last 2 times around. And we'll see what transpires in the second half from Estadio Akron. And maybe we'll see some substitutions from Jason Christ that can make a true difference for the red, white, and blue. There's the whistle, and the second half is underway. Hopefully, it'll be a different 45 minutes in a positive way for the U.S. The Dominican Republic in navy going from right to left in the second half. The U.S. in white going from left to right in the final 45 minutes. Here's Araujo. His pass cut out, but it's won back by the U.S. By the way, Ferreira did come off for Soto. That was a halftime change made by Jason Christ. Good ball in from Araujo, but it goes into the hands of Guzman. Ferreira, who did so well against Costa Rica, couldn't really make an impact this evening. And so Soto has replaced him. We'll see what that does for the U.S. They still have 4 more substitutions available. The Dominican Republic still with all 5 available. Haven't used one yet. Here's Brian Lopez. That pass cut out, but it goes right to Reyes. Reyes to Mata. Mata will now switch fields over to the right wing. Driving forward here is Baez. Now Escona with the cross, but no one making the run to the back post, and that will go out for a U.S. goal kick. Marcinowski will play it out wide for Julian Araujo. The ball played ahead is too far ahead. And that's what I was talking about in the first half. The final pass just the U.S. haven't been able to execute. It was quite a frustrating first half. A reminder of who the U.S. have available on the bench. That includes Pineda, Mihailovic, Tessman, Freeze, Michel, Herrera, Dodson, and Ochoa. So there are some really good options off the bench, some of whom started against Costa Rica, or at least appeared in that match against Costa Rica. Here is Araujo. It's laid back to Johnny, but it's stolen by the Dominican Republic. This is played ahead to Cabrera. Cabrera's in on goal. Cabrera playing it across. Getting in the way was Henry Kessler. A quick scare there for the U.S., but they, in the end, defended nicely. Yes, let's go. Let's go, USA. I like it. Yoruxo, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Thanks for joining the broadcast. Everyone's welcome to the broadcast, but especially U.S. fans. Here is Jonathan Lewis. Lewis to the end line. A heavy challenge, but a clean one from Reyes. It is off of Reyes. And the U.S. have their first corner kick of the second half. Let's go back to that opportunity for the Dominican Republic. This is the best chance they've had yet. But Cabrera just got the ball caught up underneath them and couldn't really get any pace on the cross. When did I start commentating games? About 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago is when I started to really get into it. I always had an interest in it because I love sports. I was never really a great player. Soccer was the sport I was best at. I also played baseball, basketball. Basketball I played till a couple years ago. But I was never great at sports, but I still wanted to stay involved in sports. So I said, why not sports broadcasting? I feel like I'd enjoy that, and I like commentating games. So yeah, I started about 2 years ago, started to take it seriously. And here's the header. Guzman snatches it out of the air. Another good chance from a set piece for the U.S. Who has been better, Nicholas? It's been the U.S. As expected. They've had a ton of the possession. Here's a strike from distance. A bit of a hopeful effort from way out by Mata, and Marcinowski was prepared. Yeah, the U.S. have had more shots, more of the possession, more chances, but they haven't been able to put any of their opportunities away. Yeah, the U.S. really by now should have the lead. But give credit to the Dominican Republic. They've played a solid game defensively, and we knew they were going to sit back and really absorb the pressure and try to steal a point. And so far, they've succeeded in doing so. Here on the right wing is Araujo for the U.S. Edge of the box. Nice ball played into Johnny. Johnny Cardoso in the box looking for options. Plays it to the penalty spot. Misfired. It lands to Johnny, but there's the clearance by the Dominican Republic. Back out to Henry Kessler. Justin Glad out wide on the left wing. The U.S. are building that momentum. Ball swung into the back post. Can't get to Johnny. And now it's Edison holding it in. Mata will lay it back. We are currently in the 51st minute, Nicholas. So, yeah, the second half just started. So, yeah, it's the 51st minute currently. Second half just underway. And still no score. No foul here. It's a clean takeaway. Ewell will switch fields. Out on the left-hand side, this is Saucedo. Saucedo on his right foot. Lays it back for Ewell. Ewell to the other side. Here's Araujo. Wide open. Edge of the box. Araujo to the penalty spot. The shot goes wide. That's the best chance yet for the United States. And somehow, some way, Sebastian Saucedo could not finish. Wow. How on earth have the U.S. not scored yet? What a chance this was for Saucedo. And he just got it all wrong, was trying to slip it into the far post. But it was always curling away from goal. Yeah, unbelievable opportunity. But this is a very promising start to the second half, that's for sure. And you have to think the Dominican Republic will tire as this game continues. Fatigue will definitely play a factor. Here come the Dominican Republic in possession into the attacking third. But that's lost. As it's taken away by Perea. Perea's ball ahead nearly got through to Johnny. But there to cut it out was Alex Jimenez. A very open second half, just like we saw in the opening 45. This game has had everything but goals for the most part. And so here is Andres Perea. Back now for Justin Glad. I cannot show the game, unfortunately, Ayrton. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I cannot show it for copyright reasons, unfortunately. I can only commentate the game, so I apologize for that. This game is on FS1 for those of you who are in the United States, but I cannot show it for copyright reasons. I'd be my channel would be suspended if I did. So I apologize for that, but I am not allowed to do so. If I was, I'd do it, but I can't for copyright reasons. Here is Ascona. I can't risk it. I can't risk it. I apologize. I've had a friend who's shown like parts of a game for like a minute, and his account got like banned for like 3 months. So YouTube are very strict with their copyright with their copyright requirements. So oh, you're from Canada, Nicholas? Yeah, I'm sure you were laughing your heart out when that happened. Don't remind me of that date. I put that behind me. I put that behind me. That was the worst night ever. We're moving forward now, the US. We're putting that behind. Yeah, sorry I can't show it. I apologize, but I don't make the rules. It's YouTube's copyright rules. And now the Dominican Republic will make their first change of the match. 55 minutes played, 10 minutes gone in the second half, and still no score. The Dominican Republic clinging on to dear life, and they'll have to do that for another 35 minutes. It will be Mata coming off, making way for Romero. So that's the first substitution for the Dominican Republic this evening. That's headed out of play for a Dominican throw-in. I appreciate that once again. I appreciate that. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Here is Perea. Perea's through ball takes a wild deflection, but there to track it down and recover was Reyes. It's out of the box now. Tracked down by Saucedo, who's clipped really a poor foul there. A useless one, and it will be worthy of a yellow card. So the yellow card will be shown to Baez. That's the first booking to a Dominican player this evening. Oh, that's a great question, Nicholas. Who is the best player from North America? Alphonso Davies, Pulisic, Weston McKennie, Mikel Antonio, or Keylor Navas. Yeah, I'd even put Raul Jimenez in the mix. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. I mean, honestly, if we're taking into account longevity, you'd have to say Keylor Navas just because he's had a spectacular career with Real Madrid and PSG. As the U.S. will take this free kick. Great ball in. The header saved. Guzman makes the stop again, denying Justin Glad. And Dominican player is down. This time it is Jose de la Cruz. There's been no goals in this game. There's been no goals in this game so far. Jesus Ferreira scored on Thursday for the U.S. against Costa Rica. Yeah, you forgot about Mexico. Jimenez and Chucky Lozano. That's tough. That's tough, honestly. Like, a lot of these players, like Pulisic, McKennie, Davies, and Lozano, they're still really young, you know what I mean? They all have great potential. But once again, for longevity and success over the course of their career, I'd probably give the nod to Navas, which is tough. It's tough because judging a field player against a goalkeeper, but Navas has been brilliant. But yeah, those are a lot of good players from CONCACAF, you know? The best of CONCACAF is Kendall Waston. Yeah, right. Yeah, Waston's been around for a while. He has. But yeah, I mean, you being from Canada, you got a gem in Alphonso Davies. It's crazy how he's from Canada, you know. Yeah, Davies is brilliant. Oh, great through ball here, and that's a misfired cross. Yeah, LOL. Yeah, I don't even know how old Waston is now. Is he on FC Cincinnati right now? I can't even remember, to be honest. Well, folks, we're nearing the hour mark. Still no goals. 0-0 in a surprise scoreline between the Dominican Republic and the United States. For those of you watching this game while listening to my commentary, you'll realize as we get to the final half hour of this game that the seats will start to fill more and more for that Mexico-Costa Rica game coming up about a little over an hour from now, 30 minutes after the conclusion of this match. With this tournament being in Mexico, there'll be a good amount of fans because there are fans allowed for this tournament at a limited capacity. I don't know exactly what percent of fans they're allowing inside the two stadiums, Estadio Akron and Jalisco. But Yeah, that's the problem. Prem1 NYC. Thanks for joining the broadcast. Yeah, the muscle injuries have. Those injuries are piling up, and they're starting to definitely affect him. They could haunt him later on. Yeah, we need him to be healthy for a whole season. Great ball in, and it's fired off the bar. Johnny Cardoso coming the closest yet for the U.S. Now it's played to the back post. Goal! Goal USA! And finally, they broke through. It is Sebastian Saucedo, and the U.S. have found the back of the net. 1-0. They finally take the lead over the Dominican Republic. It was only a matter of time before that breakthrough goal came. Johnny smashing the crossbar from close range, and then on the follow-up, a great finish from Saucedo, slotting it into the back post with that left foot. It was actually redirected. Saucedo's effort was actually redirected in by Jackson Ewell. So pardon me, I thought that went in cleanly off the foot of Saucedo, but it was redirected on target by Ewell, and it's a great finish by the San Jose Earthquakes player, and a beautiful assist from Saucedo in the 61st minute. It's Jackson Ewell who puts the United States in the lead. Well, that goal has finally come, and now a few changes will be made by Greg Berhalter. Saucedo will come out for Mihailovic. Mihailovic started on Thursday against Costa Rica. And Johnny, who just hit the crossbar before that goal, will come out for Hassani Dotson. So those are the changes made. Greg Berhalter now has utilized 3 of his 5 available substitutions. And here come the U.S. again. Can they really take off now and step on the gas now that they've got that goal? This changes the whole story of the match. The Dominican Republic held on for just over an hour, but the U.S. finally able to break through. Yeah, I agree. Tim Howard was underappreciated with the U.S. Exactly. Goalkeepers like him, they don't come easily. Yeah, that's for sure. And now can the U.S. get that second goal? That would give them a cushion. Remember, goal differential is the first tiebreaker. So Mexico beat the Dominican Republic by 3. The U.S. beat Costa Rica by 1, lead the Dominican Republic by 1. And, of course, the U.S. play Mexico on the final match day. So if Mexico do have the superior goal differential, the U.S. would need a win to finish first in the group and give them, theoretically, a more favorable semifinal matchup. Mihailovic with too far of a first touch, and that will sail over the end line for a goal kick. Let's go back to that U.S. goal. Cardoso with a great controlled touch, blasting it off the bar. I mean, that could have easily been a goal. He nearly was able to roof it, and then shortly thereafter on the rebound, it was Saucedo from a tight angle with the cross, I suppose, redirected in by Jackson Ewell, and he has the breakthrough goal for the United States. 64th minute, and now the Dominican Republic have to be much more attacking-minded because with a loss tonight, they will be eliminated. Yeah, I'm not too high on Berhalter either. I didn't really agree with the hire. Kyle Martino. Yeah, he would have been a good option. But yeah, I mean, Berhalter with COVID and with the pandemic and stuff, he hasn't really coached that many games. So I would like to see how he does through the summer. But yeah, I mean, he was an interesting hire for sure. I wasn't expecting him to hire. to I wasn't expecting the U.S. to hire Berhalter. The U.S. have numbers going forward. It's out wide now with Perea. Perea floats one in the back post. Cut back. Here's the one-timer, but it's sent over by Hassani Dotson. Yeah, it's MLS dictating to U.S. soccer, exactly. Well, I think Greg Berhalter's brother was part of he at least was part of the U.S. Soccer Federation, and apparently he was a big reason why Greg Berhalter was hired. So, that would explain it. I don't think he was the best option, to be honest. But we'll see. We'll see how he does. Well, I'm willing to give him time. I'm not going to criticize him off the bat, but yeah, exactly. Especially since the Jurgen Klinsmann strained relationship. Yep, that is true. Here come the Dominican Republic. Maybe a rare opportunity for them, but Reyes has his pass blocked off by Henry Kessler. And that did go out of bounds on the near side. Lopez could not keep it in play. A look at the goal again. Yeah, at first I thought Saucedo was going for a goal, but he was definitely trying to send it across, put it into a dangerous area. And with the ball at that pace, and for Ewell to redirect it into that bottom right corner, that's an impressive skill from Ewell. Beautiful finish by the captain of the team. And that has the U.S. up by a goal. Oh, yeah, absolutely. If the U.S. draw, that would be extremely disappointing. Oh, you're not a troll at all, Nicholas. No, I appreciate oh, I didn't see your last comment. I see now. I didn't even read your last comment. I looked over it. Yeah, I know. I can tell you're a sarcastic person, but yeah, Bruce Arena is actually the head coach of my favorite MLS club, the New England Revolution now, so. Yeah. Looks like there was a collision of heads between Henry Kessler and Edison Ascona. We are 3 quarters through the match. The Dominican Republic 0. The United States 1 is the score. If the Dominican Republic lose, then that will be it for them. Here is Kessler. He finds now Araujo. This is played back to Lewis. Jonathan Lewis in tight space takes it towards the corner flag. Now back to Araujo. He finds Dotson. Dotson of Minnesota United still with the ball. Dotson to the end line. Gets a cross in over the fist of Guzman, but no one on the receiving end for the U.S. And that will go out of play for a Dominican throw. Do I have a favorite club in Central America, Mexico? That's a good question. Not really. I don't follow the Central American leagues too closely. The only time when I really see Central American teams play is in the CONCACAF Champions League. I do follow Liga MX a little bit, not nearly as much as MLS, but I do follow it a little bit. And I wouldn't say I'm like a fan of Tigres, but I follow them. Like if I had to pick a club in Mexico, it would be Tigres. I really like Gignac. So yeah, as Paniuga will come in for the Dominican Republic, he'll replace Cabrera. And the U.S. will also make a change. It will be Benji Michel coming in for Jonathan Lewis. Michel of Orlando City as well, just like Andres Perea. But yeah, going back to your question, yeah, Tigres is my favorite club in Liga MX, even though I don't follow them nearly as closely as I do, like, my Chelsea as my favorite team in the Premier League and the Revolution in MLS. But yeah, the Mexican team is scary. Yeah, exactly. The majority of them are already in the senior squad. Yeah, they're pretty loaded. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good question, Nicholas. Well, we still don't know the last three teams that are going to be in the octagonal because those qualifiers are taking place right around now, I think. But we know the five that are in right now. I'd say second U.S. Hopefully. No, but I actually think I think it'll be I think the U.S. should finish in second. I hope they will, and then third I'd say Honduras, fourth Costa Rica, and then maybe fifth Canada. I don't know. I need to see more of Canada, to be honest. I mean, they're getting better. They're getting better. A nice first touch by Araujo here, and Michel does commit a foul, or else the U.S. would have had quite the opportunity. It will be a free kick going out. Oh yeah, your favorite Mexican team is Pumas. Yep. Yeah, Michel got his body in front to shield it. Just came in a second too late. And it will be a free kick for the Dominican Republic. We're into the final 20 minutes. You think Canada and Jamaica will be third and fourth? Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen enough of it's so unpredictable. You know, I watch a ton of the US, good amount of Mexico. I want to see more of Canada. A lot of these teams are just returning and haven't played since the pandemic. So yeah. El Salvador, they played Canada tough on Friday. Yeah, no, El Salvador, in these qualifiers, I think they still have a chance. It really will come down to their game against Honduras, I feel like. Yeah, that's true. I completely forgot about Jamaica, to be honest. Yeah, Jamaica. I say Jamaica will finish fourth. Actually, I'm not sure. Costa Rica, I feel like are getting worse. I don't know. I don't know about Costa Rica. And then you got Panama too. I don't know. It's going to be real interesting. It's going to be very competitive. Can't wait for the qualifiers to get underway this fall. But yeah, you're right. Jamaica do have a lot of Premier League players now. Here come the U.S. again. It's Mihailovic. Great ball in. And the strike finds the back of the net. It's Sonny Dotson, the substitute. And it's the U.S. 2, the DR 0. Well, there we go. Finally, the U.S. find comfort in the lead. It's Sonny Dotson who scores for the United States to double the lead. And all hopes have been erased for the Dominican Republic. They kept it within reach for a while, but now surely the U.S. have secured the 3 points. The overlapping run, Mihailovic setting up Dotson, the two substitutes linking up, and it's a fine finish from Dotson. Not even able to move was John Guzman, the keeper. Perfectly placed strike, bottom right corner, laces through the ball, bottom left corner, pardon me. And Dotson making an impact off the bench for the United States. 2-0 as the U.S. double the advantage. Well, there you go, folks. Finally, the U.S. getting what they were looking for in the second half. If this result holds, by the way, the U.S. will advance to the semifinals with a Mexico win or draw against Costa Rica. If Costa Rica win, they won't officially punch a ticket to the next round, but they'll have a high probability of doing so. Yeah, Honduras are complicated. Yeah, Honduras are inconsistent, I feel like. Yeah, so Mexico, they beat the Dominican Republic 4-1. So Mexico have a +3 goal differential with one game played. They still have Costa Rica later tonight. So the U.S. Beat Costa Rica 1-0, now up 2-0. So the U.S. also have a +3 goal differential, but this is their second game. So yeah, you're absolutely right. The U.S. would like one, if not two more goals, because who knows what's going to happen tonight in the Mexico-Costa Rica game. A quarter hour left. The U.S. leading by 2. Here's Andres Perea. Wide for Araujo. Araujo has it shielded away by Reyes. And the Dominican Republic do win a goal kick. Don't say that. Don't say that, Nicholas. Don't say that. But yeah, you're right. I think in the last Olympic qualifiers, they did lose to Honduras in the semis. I think you're right. Thank you, Dwight, for joining the broadcast. Yeah. Costa Rica, Mexico is coming up next. That's the match after this one. And that should be a great match, really. Looking forward to watching that. I will not be on the call for it, though. One game's enough. I'll lose my voice if I do another one. Here's the free kick taken by Kessler. Headed out of play. Yeah. Araujo finds Kessler, now all the way back for Marcinowski. Final 14 minutes of this one. It's a good header by Araujo. Michel chasing it down, and a collision between him and Reyes. A foul will be called against Michel. So there'll be a free kick going the other way. Yeah, I know what you meant. Yeah, Costa Rica. And I guess we have to call it the octagonal now, not the hexagonal anymore, because it is 8 teams now. But yeah, I'm still going to be calling it the hex, even though it's not 6 teams anymore. Here is Michel. 77 minutes in. Here's Justin Glad of Real Salt Lake. Wide for Sam Vines of RSL's rivals, Colorado. Vines back to Glad. It looks like 2 more substitutions are on the way. Yeah, it's 8 now. It's 8. Yeah, they changed it starting this year. Yeah. Yeah, they changed the format. Yep. Mihailovic plays it ahead. Ball played in to Soto, laid back. Great ball. Dotson for 2. Yes! Hassani Dotson with a second of the game. And the U.S. have found a 3rd goal. The substitute Dotson wasting no time making an impact. It's the Dominican Republic 0, the United States 3. The fatigue definitely setting in for the Dominican Republic. That's showing late, but the U.S. certainly taking full advantage. Hassani Dotson strikes again. Goal number 2 for the substitute. And the U.S. are now in firm control of this one. Wow, great build-up play again. Mihailovic laying it back to Soto. Soto finding Dotson. A great first touch from Dotson to set himself up. And the right-footed finish, slotting it into the back post. Brilliantly done by Dotson. Some clinical finishing. And a 3rd goal for the United States. Mihailovic to Dotson yet again. And the U.S. getting a significant 3rd goal. Of course, they're going to get the win, but that goal differential is a key. And there's another one for the United States. Yeah, the octagonal does give some other teams a chance, that's for sure, with 8 teams. Right. Yep. All right, so here come a slew of substitutions from both teams now, with about 10 minutes to play. Coming off for the Dominican Republic is Reyes, as well as De La Cruz. 10 minutes to go. Pineda has replaced De La Cruz. Yeah, that's a fair point. Jackson Ewell came off for Tessman, I should say. Tessman on FC Dallas. He took part in the last U.S. men's national team camp in January when they took on Trinidad. He actually made an appearance in that match. Yeah, some of the European World Cup qualifiers, it's like, yeah, like coming up, like this week, Portugal play like Azerbaijan. Here's a ball played to the edge of the box. That's taken away. One back, though, nicely by the U.S. Sprayed out wide by Sebastian Soto. The U.S. slowing things down a little bit, but they wouldn't mind a fourth goal to improve upon that goal difference. Andres Perea plays it off of Pineda to win the throw-in. Who is my favorite U.S. men's national team player of all time? That's a very good question. I'd probably go with Tim Howard, if I'm being honest. Oh, great ball played in, just out of the reach of Soto. Now in comes Araujo. Araujo's strike is blocked. Carlos Bocanegra's a good one. Yep. That's a good one. Who's my favorite female soccer player? I'd probably say Sam Mewis. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the U.S. women's national team as well. I'd probably say Sam Mewis. I really like Sam Mewis. And she's from Massachusetts. She grew up about 30 minutes from where I live. So that's part of it too. It's great to see her having success. She's been fantastic for both Man City and the U.S. national team. Here's Dotson, who does have a chance for a hat trick if he can notch another one. You never know. Vines early ball in, but nothing getting done that time around into the hands of Guzman. Time winding down, 83rd minute now. Here come the Dominican Republic. Driving forward is Romero. He's taken down. A free kick is given. Yes, I am a Red Sox fan. Yep, I'm a huge Boston sports fan. You'll see me call a lot of Boston sports games. My favorite team in MLB is the Boston Red Sox, NBA Boston Celtics, NHL Boston Bruins, NFL New England Patriots, MLS New England Revolution. So yeah, I'm a diehard Boston sports fan. I live about 40 miles south of Boston. Actually like 30 miles south, but with traffic it's about 45 minutes to an hour. Oh, Romero is your last name, really? How about that? Yeah, I'm a Bruins fan. Yep. Sorry, I'm from Boston, so here's a free kick, and it's sent way over the bar as Paniagua went for goal. Why not at this point if you're the Dominican Republic? Here's Araujo for the U.S. Oh, you're a Giants fan. Okay, yep. My dad went to college in the Bay Area at Cal State East Bay, which was called Cal State Hayward when he was there. So he went to a couple of Giants games when he was in college. Kind of adopted them as a second team. I am not related to Matt Reese. That's funny you say that though. No, we do have the same last name, spelt the same way and all, but I am not related to Matt Reese. I did get to meet him. I actually have some goalkeeper gloves that he wore in a game, which is pretty cool. But no, I am not related. uh, U.S. driving forward again. Here is Michelle. That's a poor pass. Not sure what he was trying to do there, but it goes straight out of play for a U.S. for rather a Dominican throw-in. U.S. forced a turnover. It cannot be kept in play by Sebastian Soto. We're about 4 minutes from second half stoppage time now. Thanks everybody for tuning in on this Sunday evening. Throwing down the line. And winning the battle is Julian Araujo, who's played all 86 minutes of this match so far. Looks like he's going to go the full 90. And that's last touched by Edison Ascona. It will be a U.S. throw. Yeah, the Dodgers and Padres do look scary. Yep, they're going to rule the NL West, that's for sure. Costa Rica, Mexico is coming up next. That should be a good one. And then in Group B tomorrow at 6 Eastern, it's Haiti against Canada. And then at 8:30, El Salvador takes on Honduras. That's what's on the docket for match day 2 in these CONCACAF Olympic Qualifiers. Offsides called against the U.S. 3 minutes until stoppage time. Yes, you are right. Yeah, Hugo Perez. Yep, he is the coach of the El Salvador team at these Olympic qualifiers. And yeah, he was, I think he's in the MLS Hall of Fame or something. I think. I don't mark my word on that, but he was a great player back in his day with in MLS. And yeah, I think he did play in that 94 World Cup for the U.S. national team. Yeah. Yeah, yep. He does certainly have a connection with the U.S. Yeah. Yeah, I can't stand the Houston Astros with all the cheating they did. Yep. I always root against them. So Araujo's cross over the end line for a Dominican goal kick. Oh, really? His nephew is oh, right. His nephew is playing with LAFC. I saw that the other night. Yeah. Yep. And he's with LAFC. Okay, I did not know that. Very good. Very good. Yeah, I can't stand the Astros. Free kick given as Paniaga's down for the Dominican Republic. It seems like pretty serious injury here as he's attended to. U.S. leading 3-0. Oh, he was with LAFC, but now he's with Ibiza. Okay, okay. Cool. Yeah, it looks like Alvarez is going to go. I don't know. I don't know. Nothing's official yet, but he is with Mexico for this upcoming international break. So yeah. Here's Perea for the United States. 20 seconds away now from second half stoppage time, excuse me. Nice return from Dotson. Michelle is in. Michelle across. A finish at the back post. It's goal number 4 for the United States. And it's George Mihailovic with the 4th goal. Michelle the assist. And how about another one for the U.S.? 3 minutes will be added on to the second half. And the U.S. continue to improve upon their goal differential. Mihailovic impressed on Thursday and has had quite the impact off the bench tonight. Another goal for the United States. An echelon of goals here in the second half. It's hard to believe it was scoreless at the interval. Michelle was onside, and it's a great job by Michelle, taking to the byline, sending it across, and it was a tap-in from then on by Mihailovic. One of the easiest goals he'll get. All because of the great work by Michelle. Goal number 4 for the U.S. And now a +5 goal differential as well, which only helps their cause heading into the final match day. So we've seen 3 of the 4 goals come from substitutes. Dotson's had 2, Mihailovic with 1, and then the captain, Ewell, who started with the other. Yeah, you are right. Mexico, if they want to match the U.S. goal differential, or actually better the U.S. goal differential, I should say, we'll need to match it, we'll need 2, right? And then, yeah, to better it, we'll need 3. We'll need to win by 3 against Costa Rica. Yep, that is the situation. Interesting. You simmed a World Cup draw. We'll play Argentina, Denmark, and the DR Congo. Do I think the U.S. can make it out? Yeah, I'd say so. I think we could finish in second ahead of Denmark. But it would be an interesting group for sure. Here's a through ball. Is there a 5th goal on the way? Breakaway here. And a heavy challenge as it was sent away by Guzman. The U.S. not done, though. Play continues. Tessman with it. And now it'll be halted as Mihailovic got absolutely taken down by Guzman. And now Guzman's down for the Dominican Republic as well. That was a heavy collision between the two. Let's take a look back. Wow, that was a crunching tackle. But hey, Guzman got ball first. But then on the follow-through, my goodness, what a collision that was. That's a hard hit. Mihailovic probably got the wind knocked out of him there. And Guzman's still down. I think he might have injured his leg here. Not quite the way you wanted to see this game end. Guzman does rise back to his feet. The final whistle will come any moment now. We've now surpassed the 4th minute of second half stoppage time. A reminder that in Group A on Wednesday at 9:30 Eastern Time, a game I'll certainly be on the call for. It'll be Mexico against the United States. What will be at stake remains to be seen. Will it be Mexico's advancement, or will it be a matter of who finishes first and second in the group, which will still be a big deal in determining those semifinal matchups? We'll see after tonight's game between Mexico and Costa Rica. There is the final whistle. It's all over in Mexico. The final score, the Dominican Republic 0, the United States 4. It was a completely different second half than the first half. The U.S. finally were clinical in the attacking third after being shut out in the opening 45 minutes. 4 goals in the final 45 minutes. And in the end, it's quite a convincing victory for the red, white, and blue. Indeed. As we look at the Group A updated standings, the U.S. now atop the group with 6 points, Mexico with 3, Costa Rica none, the Dominican Republic none. But remember, Costa Rica, Mexico is still to come. That is next in about half an hour at Estadio Akron. Well, Costa Rica, Mexico should not disappoint. Should be a good one on the way later tonight, but that will do it for my coverage of the CONCACAF Men's Olympic Qualifiers. Goals from Jackson Ewell, 2 from Dotson, and the last one from Mihailovic carries the U.S. to a 4-0 victory as they defeat Dominican Republic. It's 6 out of 6 possible points after 2 match days for the U.S., and surely they are on to the semifinals. Good win for the U.S. That will do it for my broadcast as I'm Samuel Reese signing off, saying good night. Nah, that's it for me. I have to call it a night. I wish I could stay on for the next game, but I got to finish up some homework, so that will have to do it for me. But I appreciate all of you who have stopped by. Thank you very much. I may go on tomorrow for Canada, El Salvador, depending on how much schoolwork I have. I'll definitely be on for U.S. Mexico on Wednesday. And have a great rest of your night, everybody. And the Mexico-Costa Rica game certainly should be a good one. Yep. Schoolwork does have to be a priority, unfortunately. But for the final time, the final score, the Dominican Republic 0, the United States 4. So long, everybody.